All right, happy Monday, everybody. Let's get started with our core stability workout. We're going to start on the ground on our backs. So once you're on the ground, go ahead and take your head and your back and rest them down, feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. And then arms are going to go along by your sides, outside your hips. Curl up, chin to your chest to get those shoulder blades to hover off the ground. Reach your arms forward at hip height, palms face down, fingertips forward, and pump those arms up and down. So you're going to lift your palms up a couple inches above the hips and then push them down a few inches below the hips, keeping them hovering as you keep your shoulder blades lifted. Activating through the upper abs. Each pump of the arms adds a little bit extra work and instability through the movement. Breathe through as you go. And in 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and rest your head. Bring both knees to your chest if you want to just get a little wiggle out. And then we're going to take it to sit-ups, crunches, or roll-ups. For crunches, feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling, hands behind head, elbows wide. You crunch up to lift the shoulder blades to hover, and then you release them back down to the ground. If you'd like to take it to a sit-up, you can reach your arms along to the ceiling, roll all the way up, shoulders stacked over your hips, roll all the way back down. Or you can take it to a roll-up, which is the same as a sit-up, but instead of having feet planted, your legs are long in front of you. Go ahead and take them at your pace, your range. I'm going to lose a layer here. I'm already warmed up. Good job. Keep working through. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead, arrest your upper body, head rested, feet come flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. We're going to take it to single leg circles. Press your palms down into the ground outside your hips. Pull your right knee to your chest, and then I want you to extend your right leg straight to the ceiling, point your toe, and we draw circles. We're going to go across the body, so counterclockwise. Right toes reach left, down, right, and then up through center, keeping your leg as straight as you can. Breathing. Push your low back down into the ground. Keep your upper body still. And reverse directions. Draw circles clockwise this time. Right, down, left, and up through center. Take a nice deep breath. In 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend your right knee. Send that right foot flat to the floor and switch sides. Left knee comes to your chest. Left leg extends straight to the ceiling. Point your toes. And we draw the circles across the body first, so we start clockwise. Right, down, left, and up through center. Hip mobility, some stretching through the back of the leg, engagement through the top of the leg, core engagement, pushing the low back down into the ground, keeping the body still, and reverse directions, counterclockwise, left, down, right, and up through center. Breathing as you go. And in 3, 2, 1, bend your knee to your chest, and then send both feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. We're going to take it to single leg stretch. Go ahead and curl up, chin to chest, so I want those shoulder blades to hover off the ground. Pull your right knee to your chest, wrap your arms around your right shin, hugging it in nice and tight. You can leave your left foot planted on the floor, or you can extend it long to hover off the ground. Point your toe and switch. Left knee comes to your chest, right leg goes long to hover or plants to the floor. Switch and switch. Getting a nice stretch through the back of the leg as you hug the leg towards you. Elongating through the front of the leg as the leg goes away from you. Keeping those shoulder blades lifted keeps the abs, the upper abs, core engaged. Alternating those leg extensions is going to get the low abs and the obliques involved, stabilizing us, keeping our low back glued to the ground. And then 3, 2, 1, hug both knees to your chest. You can rest your head down for a moment to give those upper abs a break for a brief moment if you'd like. And when you're ready, curl back up. You're hugged into a tight ball, chin to your chest, knees to your chest, arms wrapped around your shins. We take it to double leg stretch. So you're going to sweep your arms out to the side and behind the head as you extend your legs straight away from you in a diagonal, and then you hug everything back into your tight ball. Extend arms and legs away from the torso, and then hug everything back into the torso, keeping the shoulder blades lifted and the low back glued to the ground the entire time. Moving your range, your pace. And in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring those knees to your chest, rest your head. Beautiful job. Take your feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. We take it to single straight leg stretch next. So go ahead and pull your right knee to your chest, curl up so the shoulder blades hover. Right leg goes straight to the ceiling. Point your right toes. Take your hands, reach all the way up as high as you can towards your right ankle. And option 2, leave your left foot planted or extend it long to hover. Point your toe and switch. Left leg goes up, right leg hovers. Switch and switch. Feeling a nice stretch through the back of the legs every time they switch and they reach up towards the ceiling. Hands reaching as high on the leg towards the foot as you can. Trying to get your leg as straight as you can. Working through low abs to keep the low back glued. Working through upper abs to keep those shoulder blades lifted. Working through the obliques as we switch side to side. And also getting a nice stretch through low body, through the arms reaching. And 3, 2, 1, bend your knees towards your chest, rest your head, send your feet flat to the floor. We take it to double straight leg stretch next. Take your hands, push them down into the ground, palms face down outside the hips. Send both legs straight to the ceiling, point your toes, squeeze your legs together to make one long leg. Push your low back down into the ground, belly button pulls sharp into the spine. We're going to lower our legs for 3 counts and then lift for 1. So squeeze those legs together, straight as can be. Lower, 2, 3, lift for 1. Lower, 2, 3, lift for 1, and keep going at your pace. Breathing as you go. Keeping that low back glued to the ground is imperative to protect the low back and also engage through the low abs. Squeeze those inner thighs together. And in 3, 2, 1, bend your knees towards your chest, send those feet flat to the floor. We're going to take it to our bicycle or crisscross crunches. Go ahead and take your hands behind your head, elbows wide, curl up, chin to chest, shoulder blades hover, feet are flat to the floor, knees are to the ceiling. You're going to crunch, bringing your chest towards your left knee as your left knee pulls towards your chest. Reset through center, switch sides. Crunch towards your right knee as your right knee pulls to your chest, reset, come through center. And you keep repeating. You have the option to take this cross crunch and turn it into a bicycle crunch by extending your leg long to hover over the ground after it comes in to meet your chest and alternating. Left knee pulls in, extends long as right knee pulls in. Crunching towards that opposite knee, trying to keep those shoulder blades lifted. If you need to make that twist a little smaller through the core, feel free to do that. You're going to get more out of it if those shoulder blades stay high than if you twist and your shoulder blade digs into the ground. 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, send your feet flat to the floor, rest your head. Beautifully done, everybody. Go ahead and get a drink of water if you need. We're going to come up to standing for our balance section. I'm going to get a drink here. All right, we start standing. We're going to start with calf raises. So go ahead and stand with your feet hip width apart and toes forward. You can have your hands on your hips in a prayer, in a T, or wherever is going to help you balance. Heels both lift and then lower to the ground. Both heels lift, both heels lower. Tippy toes, flat feet. Tuning in here to our balance and our core. We're shifting our weight forward and back to flat feet. Kind of just get grounded here. Ankle mobility, calf work, but also core work, activating through those stabilizers to keep us upright as we move through this motion. Now we're going to get into some more balance. So go ahead and come back to your flat feet. Take a soft bend in your left leg. That's going to be our stabilizing leg. Take your right toes and point them, and you're going to tap them back to a right diagonal. So if you're standing on a clock, think tap your right toes towards 4 or 5 o'clock. So backwards and to the right. Then you reset. Toes come right back underneath the right hip. Tap back, reset. So you choose how far you tap. You choose how fast you go. You choose how much of your foot touches the ground, if at all. So if you'd like, you can keep your foot hovering. If you'd like, it can be a toe tap. If you want, you can plant the whole foot. Whatever's going to work for you and wherever your balance is today. Find what's going to work and work from there. Soft bend through that left knee, that stabilizing leg is going to help activate those stabilizer muscles and keep us upright. Now you have the option to add on a lift. So right toes tap back to the right diagonal, leg as straight as can be. Lift, lower, reset. Tap back, lift, lower, reset. So you choose what that looks like for you. The lift is only going to be an inch or so. That's so that we can keep our hips tucked, our belly button pulled into our spine without sacrificing the movement. So tiny movement, big results here. If the lift becomes more than an inch or so, then that means our core has to give in. Keep that core strong, keep that movement small. And in 3, 2, 1, you have the option to add a diagonal tap back into a high knee. So you have the option, tap your foot back, right knee comes up to a high knee, reset, repeat. You choose what this looks like for you. So this could be a foot underneath your hip, foot taps back to the diagonal, then you go into a high knee, and then you reset. You choose how often your foot touches the ground. You choose if it touches the ground at all. So just building on, choosing wherever you want to be. Any of the options that we've provided so far are fine. Always willing to come back to whatever base you started at, work from there, find what's going to challenge you. We do these for a long time, longer than you're expected to hold it for. That's to challenge you, get back into it. In 3, 2, 1, set both feet flat to the floor, forward fold. Bend yourself in half, reach your fingertips towards your toes, stretching through the entire back side of the body. Just release here, and then we will start our set again on the other side. When you're ready, slowly roll up nice and tall to your standing position, and we take it back to our calf raises, grounding through both sides of the body, both feet. So hands can be wherever's going to help you balance. Heels lift and lower. Heels up, heels down. Just grounding through both feet again, shifting the weight forward and backward, breathing. And in 3, 2, 1, both feet come flat. Now we're going to take it left leg on the move. So soft bend through the right leg just so you're not locked out. Shift your weight to your right. Take your left toes, tap back to the diagonal, and then come back underneath your hip. So toes can touch, foot can touch, or you can do this movement without having the foot touch in any position. Play with it. Your combination of any of those options is perfectly fine by me. When you're tapping back to the left diagonal, if you're standing on a clock, this would be 7 or 8 o'clock this time, depending what's going to work for you. It's also working the outer glutes as well as balance. So if you feel spice through the glutes, that's why. You've got it. You're moving at your pace. You're choosing how far back you want to tap the leg, or if you're tapping it at all. And option to add that lift. So toes reach back, leg lifts an inch, lowers, and then comes back through center. You choose how many times you tap your foot down. You choose your range, you choose your speed. Again, that lift is just an inch or so. If the lift becomes more than an inch, that means our core has to disengage to allow for a deeper range of motion. So we'll keep the movement small, keep the core engaged, help us regulate our balance. You got it. And now the option to add on a high knee to this. So reach back to the diagonal. Option to bring it to a standard high knee. Left knee comes in front of the left hip. Reset, repeat. You can touch your toe down at any point, touch your foot down at any point, or you can move fluidly through this without touching the ground. You choose. So under the hip, back diagonal, high knee. You got it. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and set both feet down, feet flat, hip width apart, toes forward, and hinge forward from the waist, forward fold. Reach your hands towards the ground, fold yourself in half, stretching through the back side of your body, elongating through the spine. Breathe. And when you're ready, slowly roll back on up to standing. Get a drink if you need, and we're going to make our way to the floor on our backs for some more targeted core work. So When you're ready, I just got my drink. I'm making my way down to the ground. Feet flat to the floor to start, knees to the ceiling, head and back stay rested. We're going to start with our corkscrew. Push your hands down into the ground, outside the hips. Send your legs both straight to the ceiling. Squeeze your legs together, toes pointed. Squeezing the legs together is going to activate through the inner thighs. Make one long leg. Push your low back down into the ground. Our belly button pulls into spine. We draw circles in the air with our legs. Draw a circle one way, and then when you make it to the top of your circle, reverse directions and keep alternating. With our corkscrew, low abs are working by keeping the low back glued to the ground, protecting the low back. The lower your legs go, the more of that activation through the low abs you're going to get. And we're also working obliques because our legs are off center for the majority of the movement here. So our obliques, our side abs, have to stabilize us. Breathing as you go. And in 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Bend your knees to your chest and bring those feet flat to the floor. We're going to take it to dead bugs. Go ahead and lift your feet off the ground, keeping your knees bent. So knees track over your ankle or knees track over your hips. And your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Lift your arms to the ceiling right over the shoulders. And when you're ready, you're extending your right leg long to hover over the ground. And then as you reach your left arm back to hover behind the line of the shoulder, and then come back up through center, switch sides. Opposite arm, opposite leg, extend away from the torso, and then come back through center. Alternating. Goal here is stability through the spine. So you want to glue the back to the ground. You want to keep those knees tracked over the hips. And you want to keep your belly button pulled into your spine, back glued. Obliques, low abs, all working here to stabilize through the core. You've got it. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Go ahead and bring your arms back down by your sides. Push your palms down into the ground outside the hips. And I want you to keep those knees bent over the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Point your toes. We take it to our tabletop toe taps. So toes, right toes touch the ground, lift back up to your starting position, left toes touch the ground, lift up to your starting position. Now, as you're doing this, think about keeping the low back glued to the ground. A lot of times when we're moving the legs in space, that's low ab activation. So keep the low back glued and grounded to help support the strengthening of the low abs and also protect the low back. You're just alternating, keeping the bend in your knee, right toes tap, left toes tap. Now, when we're doing this, when we reset, our knees might want to pull closer to our chest to take some of the work out of the abs. Keep the knees tracked over the hips. If you'd like to take it double time, you can. Both toes tap, both toes lift, or you can keep alternating. And in 3, 2, 1, rest those feet flat down to the floor. We're going to take it to shoulder or glute bridges. Feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. Push your palms down into the ground outside your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And then slowly lower that tailbone back down to the ground. Again, lift the hips up. Tailbone lowers. So with our glute bridges, our shoulders and our head stay on the ground. The hips, the low and mid back all lift. Think about holding for an extra second at the top here. Squeezing at your highest point, glutes and hamstrings working hard here, and then releasing. Breathing through. Taking nice deep breaths. Think about moving slowly today. The slower we move when we're in the active exercise, the more our muscles are engaging, the more time under tension we have. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and send those hips back down to the ground. We're going to take it to some obliques next. So feet flat to the floor, knees stay to the ceiling. I want you to reach your hands across your chest to start. So opposite hand to opposite shoulder. And then I want you to crunch up so that your shoulder blades hover off the ground. And then keep your left hand reaching towards your right shoulder across your chest. Right hand is going to reach towards the outside of the left thigh. You're going to crunch and release, crunch and release. So you're crunching slightly to the left off the midline. Option for your left hand to go behind your head elbow wide. As your right hand reaches outside the left knee, release, reach, release. And in 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Right hand can come to the left shoulder, outside or behind the head, elbow wide. Left hand outside right thigh. Crunch, release, crunch, release. You got it. Breathing. Think about exhaling as you crunch, inhaling to reset. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest your head. Take your hands, push them down into the ground outside your hips. We're going to do a reverse crunch. So with our reverse crunch, we think about the tailbone lifting as the shoulder blades would in a normal crunch. So bring your knees towards your chest, lift your tailbone an inch or so off the ground, and then bring those feet right back down to the ground. Knees to chest, tailbone lifts, feet back down to the ground. And repeat. So this movement is low abs, doing a nice contraction. So if as this is called a reverse crunch, if you think about a standard crunch while we do this, our standard crunch, those shoulder blades lift to hover and then they lower back down to the ground. Think of the tailbone as those shoulder blades. Tailbone lifts, crunches towards the body, and then rest back down to the ground. Knees come towards the chest and then back down. In 3, 2, 1, feet go flat. Nice job. We're going to come up to a seated position. All right. From your seated position, I want your feet flat on the floor, knees to the ceiling. Sit nice and tall, shoulders stacked over your hips. And then I want you to hinge back from the waist. Shoulders come behind the line of the hips. When you do that, you'll feel your core, your abs engage in a big way to help catch you and keep you balanced. From here, lift your feet off the ground, shins parallel to the ceiling. Always an option to keep your feet flat to the floor. Take your hands towards your left hip, so your core twist to the left, and then rainbow those hands up and over in front of the chest, over to the right hip. And then repeat. Hands to left hip, hands to right hip. So you're twisting through the core. We're doing cherry pickers, Russian twists, or seated oblique twists are all the names for them. And hands go right hip, left hip, rainbowing up and over through center. Try to keep your hips as still as possible. If your legs have movement here, really press down hard into those feet. Breathe as you go. And option to lean further back. If you haven't lifted those feet off the ground, option to do that only if your legs are still. Working through the obliques. And in 3, 2, 1, send those feet down if they're not already and sit nice and tall. Option to hinge back. Once again, reset. Give yourself a little wiggle if you need. Reach your arms out straight in front of you. So arms in line with the shoulders, fingertips forward, palms can face in towards each other. Then with your lean back as far as you'd like to lean, embracing through the core, you're going to twist so that your chest faces right. Come back through center, twist, chest faces left. Come back through center. The arms move with the torso. They follow the line of the shoulders. Twisting right, twisting left. You've got it. Oblique activation, sharp twist. Beautifully done. And in 3, 2, 1, release that. I want you to sit nice and tall, shoulders stacked over your hips. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Legs straight, toes can be pointed. And then extend your your arms out into a T shape directly outside your shoulders. And then lift through the crown of the head. Nice big inhale. On your exhale, I want you to twist to the right, keeping your T arms. And then inhale, come through center, twist to the left. Inhale, come through center. And you keep twisting right and left, like you're wringing out your core like a washcloth. This is stretching through the spine. This is engaging through the obliques. Think about exhaling to twist, inhaling to come center. Strong. And in 3, 2, 1. Let those arms float back down by your sides. We're going to take it to saw. So go ahead and take your legs a little bit wider than hip width apart. However, it's going to be comfortable for you, keeping them straight. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders still stacked over the hips. Arms back into your T shape. Left arm reaches right outside, or left arm reaches left outside the left shoulder. Right arm reaches right outside the right shoulder. And this is like our seated windmill toe touch. So you're going to twist your torso to the right. Left hand is going to reach towards the right pinky. And then you're going to come back up through center, unwind, and repeat other side. Hinge forward, right hand reaches towards the outside of the left pinky, come through center, and repeat. So you're twisting and hinging forward, reaching towards your opposite foot, trying to keep those shoulder blades wide, collarbone long, collarbone wide, shoulder blades squeezed together. Lifting through center, inhaling as you come through center, exhaling as you hinge and reach. Twisting through the core, stretching through the backs of the legs. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest, come out of that. Nice job, everybody. I'm gonna get a quick drink and we're gonna transition into bird dog tabletop position. All right, I got my drink. So when you're ready, come on to your tabletop position. So you're gonna have belly button face down, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Keep your back flat, keep your head in line with your spine. From here, we're gonna go into our bird dog. We're gonna stay on the same side to start. So right arm is gonna reach forward in line with the right shoulder as left leg reaches back, long, extended behind the left hip. And then reset, repeat, same side, right arm forward, left leg back. Keeping your back so flat, your head in line with your spine. You've got it. Reaching long and resetting. Moving at your pace, trying to keep that back flat by pulling the belly button into the spine. Keep your head in line with your spine. Oftentimes our heads want to drop. Keep them long. The neck is an extension of the spine. And in 3, 2, 1, we're gonna switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Left arm reaches forward, right leg reaches back. Come back, reset, and repeat. So left arm is ahead of the left shoulder, reaching long. Right leg is behind the right hip, reaching long. You've got it. You're moving at your pace. This is balance here. Obliques working hard to stabilize us. All the muscles surrounding the spine working hard. 3, 2, 1. Come back to all fours. Nice job. We are going to shake that out a little bit and we're going to come all the way down to the ground. Lay belly button down. We're going to go into our back extensions or back strengthening exercises. So reach your hands by your hips, chest down on the ground, nose points down, and feet long behind you. The tops of your feet touch the ground, the bottoms of your feet face the ceiling. And to get our activation, let's push our hip bones down, pull our belly button up, and you're going to lift just the upper body, just the chest, an inch or two off the ground, and then lower it back down. When you lift it, those arms can lift with the shoulders outside the hips. So chest lifts a couple inches and lowers. Chest lifts and lowers. Nice job. And next time you're down, I want you to reset. We're going to lift upper and lower body this time. Chest and legs lift an inch off the ground and lower. So your belly, your hips stay down. Chest and legs lift. Chest and legs lower. Activating through the muscles that help stabilize the spine, strengthening them, lengthening them. You've got it. And in 3, 2, 1, the next time you are down, catch your breath. We're going to do one more round of this and we're going to incorporate the arms for some shoulder mobility and added strength through the back side of the body. So go ahead and lift. When you're in the lifted position, I want you to sweep your arms out to the side and reach them forward. and then sweep them back outside the hips, lower, then repeat. Lift, arm sweep out and forward, out and back, down and lower. Lift, arm sweep, and lower. You got it. Squeezing through the glutes, the hamstrings to lift those legs off the ground, keeping the legs straight. And in 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice job, everybody. All right, we're gonna go into swimming next for our last activation through the back side of the body. So go ahead and reach your arms forward in front of your shoulders, legs along behind you, and push those hip bones down. Pull the belly button up, and we're gonna lift arm and leg up off the ground to hover. Then I want you to lift your left leg and right arm a little bit higher than the other, and then I want you to switch. Left arm, right leg a little bit higher. Switch and switch. Going as quickly as you can, switching arms. Which one's an inch higher, which one's an inch lower. So swimming, keeping the upper and lower body lifted, belly down, hips down. And in 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice job. Go ahead and take your hands. Stack them on top of each other. Elbows can bend out to each side. You're just gonna press the palms down somewhere to rest your forehead. That's all we need. So upper body can rest down. And go ahead and extend those legs along behind you, and then bring your heels towards your glutes. We're gonna windshield wiper our legs to loosen up any tension through the backside and through the hips. So go ahead and take those heels, those lower legs, let them fall to the right, bring them back up through center, let them fall to the left. Moving within your range, loosening up through the hip socket, loosening up through the low back. Breathing. I have extra tight hips today, so this is feeling good. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and extend your legs nice and long behind you. We're gonna go ahead and get into our glute strengthening series next. So I'm gonna get a drink. Meet me lying left side down, right side up. All right, I got my drink. So left side down, so left hip to the ground, right hip to the ceiling. Go ahead and bend your left elbow so that the left elbow comes underneath the shoulder. You have the option to use your left arm as a pillow, or you can bend your elbow and rest the palm of your hand in the head in the palm of your left hand. If your elbow is underneath your shoulder, the arm will be extended long in front of the elbow. Fingertips forward, palm down. All right, get in a nice straight line from head to heels and flex your feet. Then from here, take your right hand and push it hard down into the ground in front of the chest to give you an extra point of contact with the ground, help with balance. Then go ahead and lift your feet off the ground and bring them an inch or two forward from the line of the hip. So now you're no longer in a straight line. Lift your right leg up to hover at hip height. Right leg stays over left leg, but still flexed. Kick your right leg forward, one big kick followed by a little kick, and then I want you to point your toe as you do the same thing back. So left toes point back, kick, big kick, little kick. Foot flexed, big kick, little kick, toe pointed, big kick, little kick. So foot flexed to kick forward, toe pointed to kick backward. And as you go through this movement, keeping your right leg at hip height the entire time, pulling the belly button hard into the spine to keep the torso stabilized. You want the upper body to be still, and the lower body is doing the movement here. Activating through the base of the glutes is the goal here. The more the upper body moves and wiggles, the less movement gets isolated through the low body. So trying to really stick still through the upper body as much as we can. Belly button pulled in, pushing down into that palm. And in 3, 2, 1, stack that right leg over the left leg once again, foot flexed, and we're going to take it to up downs this time. So right leg lifts towards the ceiling and then lowers back down to hip height. So right leg stays hovering with the lower. You choose how high the lift is. It can be anywhere from 1 inch to like 8 inches. Feeling the activation through the outer right glutes. You've got it. Feeling the pinch outside the hip. And in 3, 2, 1, we're gonna take this to our circle. So brush your ankles together as you come through center. Right leg is drawing circles here. Keeping the circle centered over the left leg. Your right hip might want to dump backwards here. Keep it stacked over the left. You've got it. Our glutes are tired here. They are fatigued. We're fighting through this together. You and me, we're in it. Reverse your circle. Again, circles don't have to be huge here. And in 3, 2, 1, rest your right leg. Nice job. We're going to switch sides. So right hip is going to come down to the ground. Left hip is going to go towards the ceiling. So flip on over. All right, wherever you're at, you have the option to use your right arm as a pillow. You can rest the head of your right head into the palm of your right hand, or you can have your right elbow underneath your right shoulder, palm down, fingertips forward. Flex your feet, straight line from head to heel. Pick up your feet just a few inches forward, ahead of the line of the hips. Feet flexed, palm of the left hand pushes down into the ground in front of the ribs. Lift your left leg to hover at hip height. Foot is flexed. Kick forward, kick, kick. Point your toes to kick backward, kick, kick. As you go through this movement, I want your leg to stay at hip height the entire time, as if it's sliding along a table. It cannot go up, it cannot go down, it can only go forward and back. So flexed foot forward, pointed toe backward. Big kick to start, and then a little follow-up kick when you reach your longest point. Keeping your belly button pulled into your spine and engaged. You've got it. Extra point of contact here. That left palm is there to do you favors. So push down into it hard. Help stabilize through the upper body. You've got it. The base of the glutes working here. We did glute work in our balance series as well, so we're spiced up, we're ready to go. 3, 2, 1, hover that left leg over the right, coming back through center. We're gonna take it to up downs, foot flexed, left leg lifts, left leg lowers. You choose how big the lift is. It can be 1 inch, it can be up to 8 inches, and then you hover back to hip height. So it doesn't go lower than hip height, but it does go up and down. Outer glutes, side glutes here. Breathing as you go, finding what's gonna work for you. Keep that left hip stacked over the right. I just caught myself, my left hip was dumping back. Keep it squared. Keep pressing out of your forearm if you are lifted to protect that right shoulder. And in 3, 2, 1, we take it to our circles. Draw circles with your left leg, brushing your ankles as you come through center. Really rounding out our glute work here. You choose the size of your circle. They can be tiny. And reverse directions. You've got it. We're almost through our glute work. Breathe. And 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Go ahead and rest that left leg down. We're going to take it to our quick core series, and then we will stretch. So for our core rotations, we're going to start on the ground, and we're just going to take it to our basic crunch. So feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling, and you can take your hands behind your head, elbows wide, or you can take your hands across your chest. And you're going to crunch, release, crunch, release. So shoulder blades lift, and then they lower back down to the ground. You have the opportunity here to play with this. So how high can you crunch and get those shoulder blades to hover? When you lower, do you want to lower to hover, or do you want to go all the way back down to the ground? You choose your range here, kind of play with it. You hold at the top for a moment. And in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take these to side crunches. So now you take it off center. Crunch to the right, release to center, crunch to the left, release to center. Again, hands can be across the chest or behind head, elbows wide. And you crunch, trying to keep the shoulder blades lifted the entire time. Breathing as you go through. Think exhale, crunch, inhale, release. Side abs, obliques working here in addition to upper abs now. Upper abs are about to get a break, don't worry. And in 3, 2, 1, rest your head. I want you to send both legs to the ceiling, point your toes, take your palms, push them down into the ground outside the hips. And then I want you to lift your tailbone and your toes towards the ceiling an inch and then a lower back down. So a lower curl. So think kind of like those reverse crunches. The tailbone lifts an inch off the ground and then lowers back down. Legs stay straight. The movement is tiny, almost barely noticeable here. Legs trying to get as straight as you can. If they have a little bit of a bend, that's okay. We all know I have tight hamstrings. My legs don't always get straight. It's okay if that's you too. Little tailbone makes a nice lift motion towards the ceiling and then lowers back down to the ground. Low abs working here. You'll feel a sharp pull of the abs right underneath the belly button as the tailbone lifts. Working together here. We're going to take it back to the top in 3, 2, 1. Feet flat to the floor, standard crunch. Hands behind the head, elbows wide or across the chest. Crunch, release, shoulder blades lift and lower. You have the options here, the freedom to choose how high those shoulder blades hover. You choose when you go into your rest position, if the shoulder blades go all the way down to the ground or if they stay hovering and you get back into it. You choose your pace. You've got it. Abs are tired. We've been working them the entire time. You can do this. Fight for it. We will take it to our side crunches in 3, 2, 1. Side crunches. Hands can come across the chest again, or they can go behind the head. You're crunching off center. Crunch right, crunch left. Trying to keep the shoulder blades lifted the entire time. If the shoulder blade digs into the ground, make the twist, the crunch side to side a little bit smaller. Think about the neck as an extension of the spine here, trying to relax it. Let the abs do the work. And in 3, 2, 1, rest your head, push your palms down into the ground outside the hips. We take it to lower curls, toes pointed, legs straight to the ceiling, curl and release. So the curl is all coming from the low abs, so the tailbone lifts and lowers. And when the tailbone lifts, it sends those legs an inch or two closer to the ceiling and then lowers them back down. Tiny, tiny little movement. Sharp pull down of the belly button as the tailbone lifts. Think of exhale and then inhale. You've got it. We have one more round of our core to go and then we stretch. In 3, 2, 1. Feet back down. We take it to our standard crunch. You decide what that looks like. Crunch, release, shoulder blades lift and lower. You've got it. Upper abs, fighting for this. And we'll take it to our side crunches in 3, 2, 1. Side crunch, crunch right, crunch left. Come back through center in between. Side abs, obliques. And in 3, 2, 1. Rest your head. Send your legs straight to the ceiling. Toes pointed. Push your palms down into the ground outside the hips. Curl through the tailbone. Release. Curl through the tailbone. Release. Tailbone lifts. Lowers. Lifts. Lowers. Tiny little movement. An inch or less. You got it. Low abs. Last time to burn them out. And in 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees. Bring your feet flat to the floor. Nice job, everybody. Let's change our vibe. Get a drink if you need. Shake your body out. I'm going to get a drink and then we'll cool down. All right, when you're ready, get your wiggles out and come on to all fours. Feel free to follow along with me or do what serves your body best in our cool down. Hands are going to start underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips in tabletop position, head in line with your spine. Nice big inhale to start us off. When you exhale, we take it to cat. Push your spine to the sky, tuck your chin to your chest, push through your palms, stretching out and elongating through the spine, letting those muscles relax, release. And then when you need to inhale, you'll dip your belly low for cow, roll your shoulders down and back, chest drops and opens wide, nose forward. And you repeat with your breath cycle. So exhaling to go into your cat, spine lifted, inhaling to go into your cow, belly low. Adding wiggles where wiggles feel good. My side abs obliques are really sore today. So wiggling my hips side to side feels good as I go through this. Find what's going to work for you. And when you're ready, come back to a flat back. Go ahead and curl your toes under, send your hips to the ceiling. Upside down V-shaped pike position. So when you're here, arms and legs nice and straight. Push those heels down towards the ground for a deeper stretch through the backs of the legs. Pull your chest towards your knees for a deeper stretch through the spine. And breathe. And when you're ready, softly bring those knees back down to the ground and we roll onto our backs. When you're there, go ahead and hug your right knee to your chest. And then your left foot can either plant flat on the floor or it can go down long on the ground. Hugging that knee in, breathing. And if it feels good, maybe on your exhale, you open that right knee outside the right rib cage, slightly opening through the inner thigh. Stretching through the hip. And we take it to our twist. So the left hand can come to the outside of the right knee. Guide the right knee up and over towards the left side of the body. Right hip can peel off the ground. Right arm goes long to a T shape outside the right shoulder. Palm can face up, fingertips reach right, nose points right. Getting a nice twist here through the spine, a nice stretch through the glutes and opening through the chest and shoulders. Multi-purpose stretch here. Breathing into it. And when you're ready, come back through center, hug your knees to your chest, rock side to side, and we switch. So keep your left knee hugged into your chest. Right foot can plant flat on the floor, or you can extend your right leg nice and long on the ground. Breathe here. And if it feels good, you can open that left knee outside the ribs, just opening it slightly an inch or two to the left, opening through the stretch through the inner thigh, opening through the outer hip, breathing. And when you're ready, you can take it to your twist. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Guide the left knee up and over towards the right side of the body. Left arm goes long to a T outside the left shoulder. Nose points left. Opening through the chest and shoulders. Stretching through the left glutes, twisting through the spine. Breathing into it as you go. And come back through center, hug your knees to your chest, give yourself a little rock side to side if you need. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sit up tall. once you are seated, extend your legs long in front of you where you're seated, forward fold. Sit tall, arms by your sides to start. Inhale, arms sweep outside, out and up over the head, and then exhale, hinge forward, reach your hands towards your toes, folding yourself in half, and then continue your breath cycle here. Breathing, reaching long, getting deeper into your stretch. Think about with every exhale, you get deeper into your stretch, and with every inhale, you try to hold that and create space for an even bigger stretch on your next exhale. Folding yourself in half here, lengthening from heels to tailbone, tailbone through the crown of the head. Think about relaxing your shoulder blades down and back to allow that stretch to come up through the mid to upper back. If it feels good, you can unwind and then come back into this stretch to get deeper into it. Again, thinking of your exhale, using it as a tool to get deeper. And when you're ready, reset through center. We'll take it to our butterfly. So go ahead and take your legs, bend them, bring the soles of your feet together. Bring your knees in closer to your hips and let those bent knees fall outward to your sides. Butterfly stretch here opens through the inner thighs, hips, hinging forward if that feels good for you. Breathing. Maybe you rest your forearms on your inner thighs. Maybe you hinge forward even further. Maybe you pull your heels closer to your hips. Find what's going to feel good in your body. And when you're ready, you can release that into a wide straddle V stretch. So legs go straight and a little wider than the hips. You choose that distance for you. And then take your hands, walk them forward, leaning forward, pressing your palms down at the ground, fingertips reach forward, stretching through the backs of the legs, opening up through the hips a little bit more here. Maybe elongating through the spine, relaxing the shoulders away as you reach forward with the fingertips. And when you're ready, you can unwind from that and we'll come into our child's pose rest position, back into our tabletop. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and then take your knees out wide. This is going to create space for your torso to come forward. And then touch your big toes together behind you. Sink your bottom back towards your heels, and then you're going to reach those fingertips forward, bring your chest and forehead towards the ground, allowing that belly to sink in the space between the thighs. And reach actively forward with the fingertips as you sink the bottom back towards the heels, elongating through your spine. Breathing nice and long. Letting the hips open, letting the inner thighs stretch. Maybe you feel a stretch through the backs of the upper arm. Lots of little stretches happening outside the primary spine stretch. When you're ready, you can slowly walk your hands back through center. Sit nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath for yourself. I'm going to stop our recording here.